again, YouTube. This is the Truth Blaster, blasting you with the truth. And I have this video more controversial on BitChute. Those of you who like hearing it and like learning and like comparing what you already know, Truth Man 247. The title on BitChute is slightly different. I'm going to try to avoid censoring on YouTube, but that is inevitable sometimes because Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, all of these platforms are beginning to censor speech, which is the censorment of speech is unconstitutional and it's criminal because the president signed into law section 230 that bans censorship of speech. But nonetheless, I have a good one for you today, those of you that will watch it. Those of you who will watch it. You got all these people trying to wear black hairstyles, trying to act like they just the epitome of black. Some of them just trying to be like relatives. Nothing about them is pro-black. But we have a lot of fakers out here, and I'm coming after you on today with this. Just like I came after some people on BitChute, I'm coming after the fake pro-black people. Again, let me make my first point. Just because you vote Democrat, in fact, most of you who vote Democrat, you are the real Uncle Ruckus. You are the real Sambo. Sambo went against Uncle Tom for the benefit of the white slave owner. And that's what a lot of you are doing. A lot of you who voted are criminals and ex-cons. And if you're an ex-con and changed your way, became more spiritual, that by no means is this a slap at you, but this is a slap. And all of these thugs who do not behave properly, do not behave like people who should be free. And those of you who say, Milwaukee, the workplace for blacks, we are the most incarcerated blacks. Listen, coming from somebody who has worked with those who commit crimes, the reason why a lot of Milwaukee black guys are incarcerated is because they always doing stuff. You can't even go to the store without some of these dudes looking you all in the face. Now, I don't know if I should think that either you are a guy who prefers, or I don't know how to take this because I see people doing this all the time. And I haven't been posting on Facebook, but I'm going to post this on Facebook. And those of you don't even respond because I'm going to pull one of your moves. I'm not going to respond to your responses. But me being the truth blaster, I'm going to blast you with the truth. A lot of you try to blame Trump for everything. Anybody that is blaming Trump, I question your level of intelligence, and I'm not taking up. I don't care whose mother you are, whose father you are, whose uncle you are. Whether you related to me or not, it makes no difference. Because if you are an intelligent person, you're going to see and understand what I'm saying. You're going to see. You're going to see and understand what I'm saying. I don't need friends. I don't need relatives. All I need is God, health, and money. And those who fall in line and intelligently understand my vision, my ways, hey, we can eat dinner, we can have fun, we could, But those of you who don't, I don't care what your position was in the past, you don't matter. I don't like people who don't like the truth. I don't like people who are not smart enough to find the truth. Nothing in that Bible says I'm supposed to like everybody just because I'm a preacher. In fact, I would go as far as to say I'm not like every preacher. So don't put me in the category with them. And telling the truth does not mean you have an evil spirit, does not mean you have the wrong spirit. The truth sets people free. And the fact is that a lot of black people are poor because of their own self. You're not in the right field. You're not skilled enough. You're not educated enough. You are lacking. Nobody's stopping you. Nobody's stopping you. If you apply for 10 jobs, maybe you didn't get 2 of them because the white person was racist. But, okay, that means that you should be applying for thousands of jobs. Right? I mean, do you understand how numbers work? If you keep applying, you will get one. And once you get one, you're not there to show people how tough you are. You're there to get that cash, those benefits, whatever else they have to offer. Whatever else they have to offer. Because really, for as toughness, all black people has proven is that they can kill each other day after day, month after month. That does not make you tough. These dudes are not tough. I've seen killers cry like babies over the most trivial thing. Cry babies. Because you got a gun that does not make you tough. Some of the dudes that kill somebody with a gun go to prison and become somebody's girlfriend. That don't make you tough. We're going to get into these stats too. And I'm going to try not to make this too long because it's a whole lot that could be said on this subject. And this one, I'm not going to entitle it the same as I did on Bishop. But I will say that most blacks are not really blacks. They are just ignorant. That's what I'm going to title it. That's what I'm going to title it. Did you learn how to read in school? Did you learn how to write in school? Did you learn manners in school? Okay. Those 3 things are 3 of the main essential things that will get you employed, that will help you sustain your own business. When did black men have to commit crimes to have a nice car or a nice house or a nice jewelry or a nice clothes? When did this happen? When did we have to become the most violent in the city or the most shiesty in the city to have the good things in the earth? When did this happen? When did we become the type we used to be the type to stick together, we shall overcome, all that. When did all this black on black violence, when did this stuff start? And the answer is it started before Trump. It was going on when Obama was in office. And here's what's crazy, right? They talk about how Trump was a hothead, how he was a racist, right? But look how many soldiers he pulled out of war. Look how many wars he had. 0. Poverty was going on during them presidents that you like. Obama, Clinton. It was going on back then. In Milwaukee, last year, 2020, it was 192 homicides. Now, let me ask you something. How many of those homicides did Trump order? The highest ages are the most urbanized. I guarantee you these age groups listen to the most gangster rap music. Ages 18 through 29 was 36%. Ages 30 to 39 were 31%. And you got guys that all they thinking about is a woman who has a fat ass, more than they thinking about where they gonna work, more than they thinking about where they gonna live. And every black person who wants the best for them and their kids, want the best schools where the kids can be safe. Those are the best schools. Schools the kids can be safe and learn. Those are the best schools. Our Uncle Tom and Ruckus. Uncle Ruckus, listen, you are a dumb jackass. Excuse me. I don't want to start with the cousin thing because I don't do it, but I become enraged at the stupidity. Nobody's making these dudes kill each other, but their jealousy and their hatred for those who look like them and live by them. That's not Trump. That's not no president. That's not no government. That's them. They don't want to do right. They want to do wrong. They can't think for themselves. So they do what those rappers who are paid off by those who are racist, who want to see the depopulation of the black man. Their spokespeople are those gangster rappers who say things like, man, you ain't a man till you done kill somebody. Or who talk about busting people down, as they call it here in Milwaukee. Me being a correctional officer that can't be manipulated, I can't count how many times I've been threatened to be killed. And I'm not worried about it because we all gonna die one day. And anybody, and all of these dudes that saying this stuff, they can die too. It makes no sense to worry about what a person is going to do to you. Just make sure your soul is right with its creator and you're not being distracted by those who are appointed by darkness and the opponents of God. 73% of those shot in 2020 in the city of Milwaukee and its surrounding area were black. Now, how many of those were killed by whites? How many of those were killed by Latinos? I guarantee you not many. You blame Trump. Okay. In 2015, before Trump became president, it was 146 homicides in Milwaukee. 51% age 18 through 29, 22% age 30 through 39. So, there was another survey and another article that said that black Milwaukeeans are generally worse off today than they were 50 years ago. Now, when you have stats like that, you cannot argue against the fact that they must not be doing enough. These people are creating life that they're not even taking care of themselves economically. All some of these dudes probably got is a long dong. What else you got? All some of these women got is a big butt. What else you got? Neither one of those things have any value on the U.S. stock market or any other, and they cannot be appraised whatsoever. Black poverty was in its highest in 1990. Wasn't that when Bill Clinton was in office? 41%. Now, watch this. Milwaukee is 16% black. They say it's the worst place economically for blacks. The average income is $28,928. So what is that saying? That a lot of us are working in jobs that only pay $11 per hour or less. 13.9% unemployed. They had the number of blacks at 257,895. So that means around 28,000 blacks have no job. If you type in Milwaukee and Indeed, 11,853 jobs come up. Now you telling me, you arguing with me because you don't respect. See, a lot of people argue with you not because they smart. They just don't respect you. They dumb as hell, and they argue with you just because they don't respect you. Well, respect the facts. And the facts is that if Milwaukee blacks only average $28,928, then that means they don't have no CDL. That means half of them don't have no driver's license. That means they have not went to college, have not finished high school, some of them. These are the facts. And y'all want to argue with me. The fact of them, and some of y'all, this was funny. There's guys on my Facebook that I ain't gonna lie, I used to bully them when we were young. Before I had the knowledge I had now. They just want to argue because they're holding grudges against me. Some of them. 11,853 jobs came up on Indeed. 28,000 blacks don't have a job. You telling me that if they apply for these jobs on Indeed, then nobody won't give them to them? So let's say 25% of those unemployed apply for 1,000 jobs apiece. How many of them do you think would get a job? Now, looking at Neighborhood Scout, it proves that a lot of these guys in Milwaukee rather commit crimes than look for a job. And I don't care. You messing with people's stuff. You need to get stopped. You know what? When you come up to somebody with a gun, like, let me get everything, they should pull out their gun and bam! Leave them alone. Get you a job. Start a business. Sell something. You just want to rob people because you want to, man, you gold teeth, dreadlocks, ruffled hairstyle. Look at me, tattoos. Look at me. I'm just like the rappers. You put no fear whatsoever in me and everybody. I don't care if you're 70 years old. Learn how to shoot. Put alarms on everything you got. Call the police. I don't care about some stop snitching. You need to get snitched on. If you're breaking in people's house, you need to be in jail. You don't need to be out here. They stole. Now check this out. These guys that sit around and watch you, you are not my brothers. If you're watching me, looking for something to steal, looking for something to destroy, you are the enemy. And you have to be treated like it's a war. If you're the enemy, then it's a war. It don't matter if we're the same color. We're both brown. Don't cuss, don't cuss, don't cuss. They stole my 2020 soul, right? I'm trying to jump in my 2018 Altima and find out where the car is. No, busted that up. They tried to steal that. And today, I was doing Grubhub. I needed my big bag. Now listen to this. I needed my big bag. I'm looking around like, man, where's the other bag? They stole the freaking Grubhub bag. You dudes are stupid, man. Y'all ain't my friends, man. If you don't agree or understand what I'm saying, you are an enemy. You're trying to argue, man. Get out of here, man. Get off my page. Why are you even on there? Unfriend me. That's why I don't even be on Facebook. Like, these people are nuts. You just want to argue. You don't want to look at facts. You don't want to look at the facts. They say, oh, you supposed to be from 19th and Hampton, man. What did that mean? What did that mean? That mean I can't mature? That mean I gotta get in some type of trouble? Man, get out of here, man. This is getting ridiculous, man. Some of y'all just don't have no intelligence. George, well, we ain't gonna even get into that. I want this video to be up. So, looking at the statistics, Neighborhood Scout says that Milwaukee is only safer than 8% of the other U.S. cities in the whole United States. 7,986 violent crimes, 15,524 property crimes, 1,928 robberies. If you blaming us on Trump, you need some omega. You need to eat some fish. You need to change your diet and build your brain cells up because you are dumb. You're a dummy. 439 rapes, sexual deviancy. 3,629 burglaries. These dudes ain't got no job. They sitting around watching people. Man, call the police on these bunks. They sitting around watching people. How are they getting away with these burglaries? 8,403 thefts. This shows me that Milwaukee guys, and I ain't got to talk about Chicago, St. Louis, Detroit. Same thing going on there. Rather commit crimes than work jobs. They are N-I-G. Fill in the blank. That's not a positive term. That's a term for a bum. It's a term for somebody that don't get nothing done. This can't be blamed on Trump. Talking about some no justice, no peace. Just stop it. No one is making these dudes, who some of them, the only trade they know is having sex, making babies with $0 that come from actually working with their hands. $0 that come outside of some type of crime. Zero. And some of these dudes, they're mentally deficient, they idiots, they have those little stupid hairstyles, and they want to talk about who's lame. Oh, Howard, you are lame. And then they don't want you to say nothing back to these dudes. Howard, you are lame, you weird, you this, you that. You can't stay out of jail. You're a punk. You're shooting people for dumb reasons. You always stealing something. But I'm lame. I guess I accept it. Pat myself on the back. I'm lame. Great. If you are cool being a thief, being a bum, being a panhandler, being somebody that's sitting around watching people, plotting against them, trying to find out what people got. If I'm a lame for not being that, pat on the back, I'm lame. That's great. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Because these guys are not black. Medgar Evers was black. Every person who's brown skinned, who knows how to compete, who is not talking about, he's racist, he racist. Racism is not an excuse. We don't have time to be thinking about who's racist. We need to be achieving. We need to be striving. You're not black if you're talking about who's racist. While Biden, I say this to you, you talking about who ain't black. Anybody that voted for you because they want to stay on food stamp, they don't want to achieve nothing, they not black. It's another word for them, what they are. And we playing hangman, it starts with N. And that word means ignorant. So don't come with this little stupid stuff, man. I'm either voting for Republicans, and I'm starting not to like them either. Or nobody. Independent, conservatives, about the Bible, about the Constitution. You don't tell me how to talk. I'm a man. How you trying to tell me what I can say or what I should think? Because you got the military on your side and people going along with this stuff. How you gonna tell me how I should be thinking and how I should be talking? Are you God? Should we worship you? Oh, you don't take a vaccine. You're not doing working in this country. And people go along with this mess. A criminal needs to be in jail. A rapist needs to be in jail. A thief needs to be in jail. Simple as that. You stealing stuff, you taking people's property. You don't need to be on probation to do it again. Don't they realize right here in the Milwaukee area, there's a car lot called Rosen. I got 2 of my cars from there. The 2 cars that got damaged and stolen. One of my cars is just sitting there because these guys are stealing so many cars. It's a back order, not just in this area, but in the whole country. And how many of these people stealing these cars? Probation, level 2, probation. Man, don't tell them jail. Give them a second chance, third chance, fourth chance. To cause people to have to drive rental cars that they're going to eventually be out of pocket, insurance going up, $500 deductible, $1,000 deductible. They need to start taking these judges' license. Need to start losing your license. Your judgment is flawed. How you going to judge criminal acts? You want to give everybody a chance that's just going to keep doing the same thing. And some of them tell me that, man, I ain't going to never change, man. I'm going to keep doing the same thing. Then they go like this one dude. He looks like Smithers, he looked like a young Smithers from The Simpsons, like some type of gargoyle or something. Stealing car. Come in there, and I heard him telling somebody else, all you gotta do is cry in court, and he was showing them how to do it. Oh, I want to go home. And they keep letting them out. He keeps stealing more cars. Stealing. And these people are worried about who voted for Trump and who didn't. And that you can thank YouTube. They learned how to steal kids from a video that was not flagged down. It was not saying that it went against community guidelines. They let it stay up. But then when I said something about COVID, get it off of there. These people are flawed. They're backwards. We all need to be focusing on our faith. Because if you are a logical person, if you are a spiritual person, if you are a person with standards, you are going to be vexed every single day in this world, worse and worse by the day. And don't think dating and people are the answer. If you go out on a date, you should have like 100 questions that you're going to ask that person just to see how they think. Well, what do you think about this? Well, what do you think if somebody breaks in somebody's house and do a home event? What do you think should happen? Well, what do you think? Well, how many people have you had sex with? Some of them will be, if they was honest, they'd be like 155. And the delusion is still off the charts because of a butt. Oh, she has a fat butt. Oh, okay. So she's worth taking down the aisle, being divorced. You had kids with her. Your kids are all over the place now. People are focused on everything but their faith, and their morals, and their money. Some people, I be like testing people sometimes. I'll start talking about having a second job or having businesses, right? Because sometimes I just want to see the look that they have on their face, especially if I know like how they think. And a lot of them can't do these things because they're sex addicts, or they just crave attention from others. They don't want to spend too much time working. The world is backwards. With that, I'm going to close. Blame yourself. Look at yourself. If you are on food stamps and you've been on food stamps for 6 years, then is it because you want to stay on food stamps? Is it because you didn't do anything to get beyond food stamps? Look at you. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. Like, share, and subscribe.